This D-bag at a BBQ wouldn't stop insulting me and challenging me to a swim race. He didn't know I was on the Olympic team. I was flipping burgers at my girlfriend Harper's family barbecue when her sister showed up with her new boyfriend Craig, who immediately started telling everyone about the pool he just installed at his house, since he was basically a professional swimmer. Harper squeezed my hand and whispered, "Wow, so impressive." She knew about my 4 years on the Olympic swim team, but I never mentioned it to her family since I didn't want to be that guy who peaked in college. Craig cornered me at the grill, beer in hand, and started going on about his swimming prowess. "I actually had to get kicked out of the club pool last month," he said loudly enough for everyone to hear. The other swimmers complained to management that I was making them uncomfortable because I was so much faster. I mean, when you're lapping everyone twice, it gets embarrassing for them, you know? He looked at me expectantly, like I should be impressed. I nodded politely and kept flipping burgers while Harper rolled her eyes beside me. Craig looked me up and down, taking in my dad bod that had replaced my swimmer's build after 5 years of retirement. "You ever swim, Dylan? No offense, but you don't really have the body for it. I mean, look at these shoulders," he said, rotating his arms to show off. "Swimming is all about the wingspan and the core. You've got more of a softball build." He laughed at his own joke while I just smiled and shrugged. Harper's sister tried to change the subject, but Craig was just getting started. "It's not your fault, man. Black guys just aren't built for swimming. It's a scientific fact. Something about bone density or muscle fibers. That's why you never see them in the Olympics." Harper's jaw dropped and she started to say something, but I touched her arm gently and whispered, "Let him talk. This is actually hilarious." Craig must have taken my silence as agreement because he kept going. "I'm not being racist, it's just biology. Like, when's the last time you saw a black swimmer win anything? Michael Phelps, Ryan Lochte, all the greats are white. It's just how it is." He shrugged like he was doing me a favor by explaining this. Even Harper's dad looked uncomfortable now, but I just kept that same easy smile on my face. After a few beers, Craig decided to demonstrate his perfect butterfly form on the grass, flopping around like a fish while explaining his technique. "See, Dylan? It's all about the dolphin kick. I bet you don't even know what that is. My coach said I had natural talent you can't teach. Some people got it, some don't." He stood up, grass stains on his polo, completely serious about his performance. When Harper mentioned I used to swim in college, Craig laughed so hard he nearly choked on his beer. "Community college? Had a swim team? That's cute. Let me guess. You did the doggy paddle relay?" He turned to his girlfriend and said, "No wonder Harper's dating him. She always liked charity cases. Remember that guy with the limp?" Harper's face went red and she snapped, "Dylan went to Stanford, you ass." But I just smiled and said, "Harper, relax." Craig pulled out his phone to show everyone videos of him swimming, narrating each one. "This is me destroying everyone at my gym. See that guy I just lapped? He said he swam Division 3. Pathetic." Then he turned to me and said, "Dylan probably thinks the shallow end is an accomplishment. Different leagues, bro. I'm talking about real swimming, not whatever you did at the YMCA." The videos were clearly sped up, but I didn't bother pointing it out. The afternoon got worse when Craig started lying about his times, claiming he could swim a 50-meter freestyle in under 20 seconds, which would be a world record. "I never went pro because I make too much money in sales. Why make pennies swimming when I can afford my own pool?" "Dylan, what do you do again?" Harper mentioned something about coaching kids. "What do you coach them in?" "Burger flipping." He gestured at the grill and laughed. "That's sweet though, giving back to the community since you never made it yourself." I actually laughed at that one because the irony was too perfect. Finally, Craig had drunk enough to issue his challenge. He stood up, swaying slightly, and announced to everyone, "You know what? Let's settle this right now. Dylan, get in my pool and race me. Right now. Unless you're scared to lose in front of your girl." He pulled off his shirt dramatically. "Come on, man. One lap. Unless you admit you can't swim and I'm superior in every way. What's it gonna be? You gonna hide behind Harper? Or are you gonna be a man?" Harper looked at me with an expression that said she was completely done with this guy. "Oh my god, just do it already," she said, knowing exactly what was about to happen. Craig stood there smirking, thinking he was about to humiliate me in front of everyone, having no idea he'd just challenged someone with 4 NCAA titles and an Olympic trials record that still hadn't been broken. So I said, "Sure, man. One lap." Full story on the channel below.